Hey, are you thinking about moving to Wasaga Beach and you want to live in an awesome, mature neighborhood? Well, on this video, I'm going to take you through Oxbow Park. Oxbow Park is one of my favorite mature neighborhoods in all of Wasaga, and I'm going to take you through down the road. It's just a dead-end street. We're going to focus on one neighborhood, only Oxbow. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to take you through some hidden gems and just talk about the uniqueness of Oxbow. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Wasaga Beach, make sure you subscribe and tap the bell for notifications. That way you'll be the first to know everything that's happening here in Wasaga Beach. My name's Kevin DeSilva and I'm a local real estate agent here in town. And I get calls all the time from people just like you that are looking to make that lifestyle change, that move up, maybe from the city, and they just want to learn more. If that's you, it doesn't matter if that's next year, next month, or you simply just want to learn more, reach out to me. All the ways you could do that are in the description box of this video, including a Zoom link where you can book a call directly on my calendar at a time that works for you. Now let's get on with the Oxbow Park neighborhood tour in a snowstorm, or the snowstorm already finished, but it's going to be a snowy tour today. All right, so we're just going to start a little driving tour. I'm going to take you down Oxbow Park Drive. I'm right at the beginning of Oxbow Park Drive, basically at River Road. And Oxbow Park Drive, like I said, dead end street. So the only people that come in here are people that live in here, or else they're lost. So just making my way down, I'm just gonna kind of drive around and share some of my thoughts with you. So I just passed the Schoonertown Parkette over there on the way in from River Road. We got the paramedic station right at the end of the street too. I'm gonna try to go down most of the streets. Schoonertown Park I just passed, there's a sunset court in there. But I'm gonna turn over here on Riverside in a second. On this side of the window where you'll see that's the provincial park. So there's like, I can't remember how many acres. There's like a couple thousand or something like that, but you're surrounded by provincial park. So I'm just going to turn on Riverside right now. So you can kind of get a sense of what the houses look like in here. We got a fresh snowfall. Looks pretty nice, but it's better from inside the truck because I'm warmer. But yeah, so you got like, there's really nothing really like the same type of house. There's similar type houses, but everything's pretty different in here, as you could see as I'm going through. Bungalows, 2 stories, side splits, some really old cottages, some full brick homes, some that are just siding. That one's a gated one with a 3-car garage. Not sure if you caught that, but yeah, it's everything's really different, right? Prices. So let's talk about prices for a minute here on Oxbow, or I'll talk about pricing throughout the video as it comes up. You know, something just because it's on the river, even a similar house might not be exactly the same price necessarily, because you got to talk about how accessible the water actually is from the house. Some have just more steps. Actually, tune into the summer tour video I did where I kayaked down the river. I really just kind of did the Oxbow Park neighborhood. I started at the sand dunes and I went all the way to the Schoonertown Bridge, and you'll get a really good sense of Riverside perspective of what that looks like. So, but yeah, so Riverside homes can really, they're kind of dependent. I'll pass by a couple here that are in the $1 million range. Actually, this one right here, I'm going to stop here for a second right here. So this one just sold. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to flip the camera for a second. This one right here, look at this. It's a ranch bungalow. It just sold like not long ago at all, just a few weeks ago for mid 700,000s. That's a 100 by 200 foot lot. It was in pretty good shape. Yeah, like I'll show you some pictures here about it, but 100 by 200 foot lot of bungalow ranch in the Oxbow neighborhood. Like that's honestly, I think, such a fantastic buy over here in Wasaga Beach. It's not on the river, but it's still a really nice home for the mid 7s. All right, I'm not going to make you wait too long for the first hidden gem. I had a breath here because I'm climbing the snow. We just had fresh snow, but look at that view. This is the Oxbow sand dunes. You don't see much sand right now though, you just see snow. Oh man, I'm really out of breath. Anyways, right beside the Oxbow sand dunes, there's the provincial park, tons of trails. I'll go to the entrance of the trail so you could see that. But I really wanted to start you off with the Oxbow sand dunes hidden gem. The snow dunes today. All right, so this is the second part of the first hidden gem. So the Oxbow sand dunes, I just walked down from over there, and this is more packed trail, so I'm not as out of breath. I was trekking through the snow to get to the sand dunes. But so this is a like you can see the road actually like right here. I'm gonna walk towards it, and that's the entrance from the trail. This is a snowmobile trail, so it gets groomed and it's connected to the rest of the OFSE snowmobile trails. There's a interactive online map where you can see trail status and guides and all that stuff. But people don't only snowmobile in here. They hike in here, they snowshoe in here. Cross-country skiing is, you can get to it to the Blueberry trails from here to the Nordic Center. You can get there. And in the summer, people just walk, take their bikes. It's a great little trail, and it's very accessible in the Oxbow Park neighborhood, right? So here, this is Woodland Drive right here, the end of Woodland Drive, where it comes off of Oxbow. And yeah, a lot of people know about it, but it's not the most popular spot. Definitely a cool part of the Oxbow hidden gem. So just continuing, going down Oxbow. Oxbow is a very windy road, right? That's actually part of how it got its name, from the river being so windy. The river kind of follows the road, right? And there's a few branch streets, but Oxbow basically loops into itself in the dead end. There's a few, off-branch streets, like we were on Riverside a few minutes ago. There was Island View. I'm turning on Oakley Boulevard right now, and Oakley, there was a recent sale here. This one was Riverfront, and it just sold for a little over $1 million. I'm actually in front of it right here. I mean, these are some snowy pictures, but I'll clip in some photos from the listing from earlier this year. But it's, yeah, a gorgeous house for $1 million on the river. I think that was a pretty nice buy as well. All right, another hidden gem in the Oxbow neighborhood. This is the Racetrack. You cannot tell right now that this used to be a racetrack because it's covered in snow. It's a snow track now, I guess. But back in the 50s and 60s, there used to be horse buggy races here, and even a year of like stock car racing. So out of breath again. Look how deep the snow is I'm trucking through. But this is right in the middle of the Oxbow neighborhood. You can come for a hike here, probably a snowshoe, but that's not really my thing, to be honest. But yeah, you can see this on the Google satellite view. You can zoom in and see the racetrack. In the summer, it's obviously easier. People come in with their bikes and go around the track. It's in the middle of the provincial park. So you're like within provincial park boundaries, and there's trails, like I said, all around her. They connect to the sand dunes. They connect to all the snowmobile trails and hiking trails and the blueberry trails in Wasaga Beach. So, but yeah, this is a cool hidden gem that not that many people know about. Even people that live here on Oxbow drive by it, and you just can't see it from the road because it's covered in trees. But you can definitely see it from the satellite view of Google, so that's kind of cool too. Just making my way down, turned off Oakley, I'm back on Oxbow. That you can't really tell there, but that's a boat launch right there. That's our neighborhood little neighborhood Oxbow boat launch, and we're getting to probably my favorite part of the street. And the reason why it's one of my favorite parts of the street is because you're kind of all the way at the back of Oxbow, where it's it's a dead end, right? So there'll be a little bit, when I say traffic, don't take it the wrong way. It's still a dead end road. There's not a lot of traffic, but the closer you are to River Road, the more, the more cars that are going through because of the people that live further down Oxbow Park Drive. But here, all the way at the back, it's the straightaway dead end, or the, part of the dead end that loops into itself. But just look here, look for a second. That's the street. Like, that's how nice it looks right there. And there's really not that many cars here because the only people here would be the people that actually, live here. And the houses over here, again, on the river on this side, gorgeous homes. These would likely be a little bit more value because it's a nice mix of, it's not too high from the river and not too low from the river, because some parts of the river, as I'm actually working towards this part of the street, it's technically a flood zone. Now, don't let that scare you too much. People live there year round. I've actually never seen it flood in 15 years. But there's just some insurance requirements, so they won't, cover you for certain things. But again, don't let it scare you. Reach out to me and I'll go more into that. But it's really mainly been an insurance thing. And, maybe some mortgage lenders don't like that, but people live here year round and there's mortgages on these homes, and it sounds worse than it is, in my opinion. But yeah, these homes are really, really nice. Little cottages, big homes. Look at that one over there. It's a cute one. Another cute one here. So yeah, this is just, a really cool spot in Oxbow towards the back. That's I really like the back because of, again, over here, you're just going to get a few people, a few of your neighbors that are going in and out because you're all the way at the end. Another little gem in the Oxbow Park neighborhood for you is the neighborhood boat launch. Not too many people know about this one, unless you live in Oxbow Park, and it's obviously not a boat launch in the winter. It's more of just a spot to look out, I guess. But this is, you can't really tell with all the snow in the way, but this is a little neighborhood boat launch that you could use. Now, to be honest, this part of the river is not very deep. The water levels do fluctuate, but it's not very deep, so you gotta be careful. Like, a big boat's not gonna get in here. There are people with like 20-foot boats, but you really gotta know the river when you're up here. Again, refer to the videos of me touring the riverfronts for you to get more context on that. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out as we're going through here. It's really used for a lot of kayaks too. Launching your kayak or your paddleboard, you could just take it down this ramp and put it here and just go kayaking and paddle boarding in your own neighborhood when you live here in Oxbow. So it's got like a wood cabin looking thing there. That one's actually for sale. It's been up for a little while. But yeah, you could really just see the mix of homes as you go down this street. We're technically in that R1F zone, that flood zone I'm talking about. I swear it just sounds so much worse than what it is. Like, yes, it is a flood zone. I'm not trying to downplay it by no means, but what I'm trying to say is I don't be totally scared off by it. Again, look, there's cars in the driveway. People live here. This is a year-round mature neighborhood, and yeah, I don't want that to totally discourage you. And the other thing to note is in this flood zone, it doesn't just include properties on the river. On this riverside that I'm filming right now, it includes the opposite side of the truck on the passenger side. That's also technically flood zone if you look at the zoning map, right? And you wouldn't know unless you just know zoning. So just be very careful, you know, who you're using, making sure they're doing their homework in terms of, you know, what agent you're using. Better yet, give me a call because I'll make sure you're totally informed about everything. So just something to keep in mind, because you really, like I said, you really wouldn't know. I mean, there's a landmark. I know the zoning map and I know the neighborhood, but the landmark when you're just driving through is actually these mailboxes. Let me see if these mailboxes are coming up here soon. I think they're coming up, and there's like a path. I think the mailboxes are actually on the other side. This is the easement right here. So right here, and then if I go through to the other side, on that side, that on both sides of the street is what would be the flood zone. I'm just gonna turn the camera front ways for a second. Working my way down Oxbow. The left side is the riverside from where I am right now, and the right side is the non-river side. Again, we just had a fresh snowfall. Our streets do get plowed. I know people will ask me that, oh, because it's you know, a dead-end street, does it get plowed? It's a big dead-end street, guys. So it's priority to get plowed. This is a bus route. You know, kids go to school here. So yes, this street does get plowed. The plow already came through. It's probably going to come through again soon. You'll notice there's sand on the road and not salt. We do sand the roads here. Again, the river's right there too. So it's part of it's the runoff, and they sand all around town too. So something to note. Just gonna flip back the camera to the riverside homes. You could see over here, you know, so some of these homes would likely be around the, you know, 800. Actually, this one right here is sold not too long ago for low 8s. Some of the older ones are more like 6 to 8s for the older ones. This one's actually for sale right now with that garage out front. And that's asking, again, low 8s, I believe. And then some of the bigger ones, like this one that sold last year for 1.5, that gray one. So yeah, you could see how wide that ranges. Like, I just said 700 to 1.5, and that's how wide the range could really, really be. So just, you know, something to note. They're just all so different. The guy doing the snow blowing, and it literally just stopped coming down heavy not long ago. So you'll see people out with their snow blowers. You might even see a snowmobile going to the entrance beside the sand dunes, a snowmobile trail entrance. So we'll go and have a look there. I'm actually driving back, you couldn't tell, but where it looped into itself, I turned and I'm actually heading back towards River Road right now on Oxbow. This is Island View crescent on my left. Actually, let's turn on Island View for you to see that, because this is actually an important street to talk about here. Part of this street over here is, it's riverfront, but it's sheltered by this island, and then hence the name Island View. So you couldn't really get a boat in here if you wanted to. It's more of like a little canal. Here it is marked up on a map. So you could see what I mean by it's just a smaller canal that's part of the Wasaga River. But really nice homes, and over there it actually opens up, so that these homes over here don't have that island in front of it, but just definitely something to know. On Island View, turning back onto Oxbow Park. There you go, another little snowplow tractor out. I'm actually going to turn on camera in here. I want you to see Woodland Drive, which is the other part of Oxbow, still part of the Oxbow neighborhood, but that part is also riverfront. So I want to show you that. On my left side right here, this is where the old racetrack used to be. It's all provincial park. It's protected in there. Again, snowmobile trail, walking trail, hiking trails, all the trails. And now it's all right beside the homes. You know, it's right here. Here we are at Woodland and Cameron. Just gonna go down. So if you keep going down here on Woodland is when you get to a couple things. You get to the sand dunes, that gem, and you also get to the entrance of the the snowmobile trail. Let's see if there's any snowmobiles going in there right now. Let's check it out. Oh, there's a guy walking his dog though. No snowmobiles at the entrance right now, but that's where it would be. That's the entrance. And then there's the sand dunes right up there. You can't see them from here. You just got to cross that hill where we were earlier. And yeah. All right, another little hidden gem. This is Batteaux Park. This is in the middle of Oxbow Park, kind of way at the back of Oxbow Park Drive, like towards the back of the dead end kind of thing. This is, just a nice little neighborhood playground. If you want to see more about playgrounds, I did a video in the summertime about just playground neighborhoods if you want to like live around them and be walking distance to them. But I just thought I'd point this one out as a hidden gem within the Oxbow Park neighborhood. This one's cool because it's just so tucked away. Like, look at all the trees around, and you can kind of see the houses in between, right? But you wouldn't see it from the road. Like, you really only know about this park if you live in Oxbow or someone told you about it, because there's just a couple walkways in from the road. There isn't like a parking area. You don't see it from the street. So that's what makes this a hidden gem in Oxbow Park. Hey, well, that's it for the Oxbow Park driving tour. I hope you found that valuable. I hope you liked that. Hope you appreciated how mature this neighborhood is. I hope you just liked it as much as I do. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. All the ways you could do that are in the description box of this video, including a link where you can book a call directly on my calendar at a time that works for you. Till then, I'm looking forward to helping you make a smooth move to Wasaga Beach.